Hey everybody. Super excited to be chatting with you. My name is Jerisha Hawk. I'm a high ticket sales coach, digital business consultant, and I help experts like you take the skills that you have, package them into a high ticket offer, and learn how to leverage your way beyond six figures. So if you're new to me, welcome to the Hawk Hustle headquarters. If you've been rocking with me for forever, welcome back. Hey guys, as you guys are popping in, feel free to pop in the chat, say hey, let me know that you're here, throw some hearts up on the screen. Today we're going to be talking about the 3 things to consider when pricing your coaching program. I've been chatting with a lot of you guys via DM, and pricing is something that, I don't know, I think always gets a little bit tricky. People always get kind of stuck on knowing, okay, how am I supposed to price beyond just being able to hit my income goals? What are things that I need to be factoring in and considering when trying to come up with the price of my coaching program? And I think before we even dive into those 3 things that you need to consider, it's really important for you to also recognize there's a difference in how you'd price a coaching program versus how you would price a digital course. Mainly because we're going to talk about those 3 things here, but if you're pricing your coaching program the same way or thinking about pricing it the same way as you've approached pricing a digital course, you're leaving money on the table. And you're honestly probably undervaluing the service that you're providing, okay? So, and if you guys have any questions at all, I am doing this video while I'm cooking dinner, so I'll be on until my dinner is done in the oven. So if you have any questions, pop them in the chat and I will answer them as we're moving on. But the first thing that you have to consider when pricing your coaching program is the promise you are delivering. So that first thing that you need to consider is the promise. Promise. What are you guaranteeing with your offer? And this is so important because the price of your program is going to very heavily depend on the promise that you're selling. And this is why I think, it's so important for you that even when you go out and create a coaching program or try to decide that you want to create an offer, you need to really nail down, okay, with the offer that I'm creating, if I'm a coach, I'm a business coach, a fitness coach, a health coach, whatever kind of coach that you might be or consultant that you are, you need to get super, super clear about what is the result that I am delivering? What is the guarantee that I am promising? And depending on the promise, that will then dictate the price. So let me give you guys an example of this. I was chatting with my fiance last week because he's teaching people how to trade. And he was like, Jay, I'm really stuck on how to price. And I'm like, you have to think about what promise are you delivering? Are you teaching somebody how to trade? Just educating them on the how to. Are you, supporting them through implementing what you have taught? Meaning, did you teach a curriculum? Then are you helping them apply the curriculum that they have learned? And are you supporting them on getting to a point where they have a high level of proficiency with the thing that you taught and help them implement? And there's kind of 3 layers of comprehension that takes place or that you can choose to have take place inside of your coaching program. Most coaching programs go beyond just teaching the what, right? And if you're creating a coaching program that is, not just teaching people what to do, but actually showing them how to do it and supporting them as they're doing the doing, that now qualifies for a higher price point because of the type of support that you're providing. But the promise, and this is something for you when you're thinking about your offer, it's really important for you to clarify what promise are you selling? Are you teaching somebody what to do? Are you showing them how to do it? Are you guiding them along the journey and throughout the process to be able to implement what you taught, implement what you showed them, and actually support them to having a level of proficiency where they're able to get the same result over and over and over again, even without you? So that's the first thing, is what promise are you delivering? What promise are you selling? So that's the first thing that you need to consider, is the deeper the promise, if you're, again, kind of going back to those layers of proficiency, if you're only telling somebody what to do, that price point probably is not going to be high. This is where digital courses typically come into play. Most digital courses just teach you what to do. If they're a DIY program, a lot of the time they're teaching you what to do. And normally you'll see a course priced somewhere between $297 and $2,000, and $2,000 being on the higher end. But when you're teaching somebody not just what to do, but how to do it, and then supporting them while they're doing the doing, that demands a higher price point. That's typically somewhere between $1,000 and $18,000 per client, can even be upwards of that. So your promise will heavily dictate what price you sell it at. The second thing that you want to consider after your promise is, what support are you offering? And I kind of just talked about that a second ago here in regards to what kind of support are you providing? Is this just a virtual, and most of the time with coaching programs, you're in the business of helping people get results, right? So if you're offering a heightened level of support, and what I mean by support, that could be one-on-one calls. Support could look like group coaching calls. Support could look like, support inside of a Slack channel or a Facebook community. Support might look like, a layered, different types of accountability built in. Support might look like templates, cheat sheets, guides to help somebody implement what it is that you're teaching faster. So support might come in a variation of forms, but the deeper level of support, and when I think of support, I think a lot of time people get this mixed up, thinking that if they want to charge more, they have to do more. And really the kind of the golden nugget, or the secret sauce when it comes to positioning your coaching program and figuring out how to price your program, is support needs to be, what are the barriers that I need to remove to help make my student be able to get results faster? And that is the best kind of support that you can give your client. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do more or give more, but it means that, okay, what am I doing to simplify my framework? What am I doing to simplify the process? What am I doing to make it easier for my client to take action? What am I doing, or what am I providing that makes it easier for them to implement and get the results that I had promised? And the better that and this is really where having a, signature process, having a step-by-step framework, this is where this comes into play. Because the more that you can simplify how to get from point A to point B, how to get from where they are to the promise that you're delivering, the easier that is for anybody. That's really the best level of support that people are willing to pay top dollar for. Because at the end of the day, people want to get results. And this is why courses, a lot of the time, digital courses don't work. The average course completion rate is 10%. So even out of the 10% of people who might finish a digital course that you create, how many people in that 10% do you actually think are going to be getting the result? Very few, if not, it's not many. So in a coaching program, coaching programs are really all about results-based promises, and you providing support that really does support that client with being able to get the result that you're promising. And the better support that you give, the faster that you can help somebody implement, the easier it is for somebody to actually follow your process and get the result, the higher you can pay. And the last thing that you want to consider when pricing your coaching program is the results you want your clients to achieve, right? So kind of what I mean by this, I'm going to do a shameless plug right now to give you guys an example, is I'm rolling out a new group coaching program myself. It's called Leverage. And this program is teaching experts, coaches, service providers how to package their own high ticket leveraged offer. And the promise, or the result that I really want my clients to get, I want them to be able to build a multi-six-figure business off of this one offer. That's a big promise. That's a big result. Getting you to $150,000, $200,000 a year off of one core offer, that's a big promise. But because that's the result, and because I have a process and a framework, and there's layers of support to help that client get there, that needs to be factored into how I price my program. So I'm a really big believer, or anytime I try to price my program, I try to think about, okay, what is the return on investment that a client will have when they go through my program? What is the return on investment going to be for them? And it is your responsibility when you're creating your offer to be able to determine what the ROI is of the thing that you're selling. So, and I don't care, even if you're not doing B2B and you're not teaching people how to make money, there's always a return on investment for anything that you sell. There's always a potential for return on investment. And the result that you are delivering, if it has a higher ROI, a return on investment that's available to them, that needs to be reflected in your price. So if somebody's teaching you how to make $1 million, let's say, would you pay $20,000 for that? their ROI is exponential. You know, that's like a 20, I don't know how much that is. Like a 5 to 10, 50x ROI, 50 times 20,000 is $1 million, I think. I don't really know. I suck at simple math, but I like to try to price, you know, what is the ROI? What is the result that I'm helping? And what would be a 10x factor? Meaning if somebody paid me $10,000, how could I help them get a 10x ROI? That being, you know, if they pay me $10,000 to learn my process, to receive support from me, but I'm then in turn able to help them make 100,000. And that's kind of a something that I try to do when it comes to my pricing. You know, even with my program services that sell, many of you guys are fully aware that right now the current price of services that sell is $2,000. And I know that our ROI, people can make $2,000 back by just converting one client. And a lot of our students convert their first paid client within the first 90 days. So it's like, that's a no-brainer. You can't earn 100% return on your investment in any other investment vehicle that exists on the market. So it's like, when you think about what result are you delivering, that needs to also be factored into how you price your offer. Primarily because if you're providing a 5x or a 10x ROI, that should be reflected in your price point. And that's typically why coaching programs normally come with an elevated price point, because of these three things that we just talked about: the promise they're delivering, the support they're providing, and the result they're helping you ultimately achieve. So I hope this was helpful. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me, okay, what do you need to be considering when it comes to pricing? So that's why I wanted to do this episode for you. But if you are somebody who is ready to surpass that 6-figure mark, maybe you've already been working with clients one-on-one, you've been making money, maybe you're even close to hitting 6 figures right now, but you are exhausted. Like, your sanity is like beyond you. Like, if you are really struggling to be able to create multi-6 figures in your service-based business and to do it in a way that is sustainable, that is leveraged, and that is manageable, I would love for you to send me a DM or pop in the chat right now and just type in the word leverage. And I will send you some more info and some more details on the program that we're doing, and just to see if it's a good fit for you. You know, this is something that I'm extremely passionate about, mainly because, you know, this is how I got to multi-6 figures in my own business. And, you know, I've been in business for 3 years now. And, you know, selling high ticket offers was the simplest way that got me to my first 6 figures. And then leveraging my signature service and turning it into a coaching program is what really allowed me to surpass 6 figures. And that, you know, that's what Services That Sell is. It's a very comprehensive coaching experience that we provide. And I really want to be able to help more people. You know, again, guys, my goal is I want y'all to get rich. Because the only way for y'all to build wealth and have that true, like, financial freedom that you desire, you need to be rich to be able to take advantage of a lot of investment vehicles that exist out there, and for you just to put yourself in that true, like, financial freedom position. And the quickest way for me to get you rich is for you to create a leverage offer and for you to be making multi-6 figures a year in your business. So that's my main objective. I want you to be rich. And this is really how I was been able to acquire the income that I've been able to make even in my own business. That has been through a leveraged offer. I started doing one-on-one, and then I continued to just repackage and refine my process. And that's what turned into what my program is now, Services That Sell, which is a high ticket coaching experience. That's a course, that's coaching, and that's also it also has a community all wrapped up in one. So I want to teach you guys how I did that. So if you're interested in that, just type the word leverage in the comments and I will send you a DM with more information. So I would love to be able to answer those for you. Tanya said, so helpful. Hey, Tracy. Tracy said, oh yes, charge more, do more. That's been a roadblock for me. I think that's a roadblock for many. A lot of the time people think that I have to do more in order to make more. And we have clients right now who are in leverage. And I think that's probably been the most challenging thing for them, is they realized how simple it could be for them to be able to surpass 6 figures. And that's been the main thing I've been telling them, like, you have to resist the urge to overcomplicate my process. I need you to resist the urge, because, and that's something I struggle with, you know, that, you know, getting to 6 figures and getting to multi-6 figures is actually really, really simple. The main reason why we struggle to be able to get there is because a lot of the time we overcomplicate our business model, we overcomplicate our marketing strategy, we overcomplicate our sales conversations, we overcomplicate. And when you're already somebody who's working on a tight capacity, meaning maybe you have a full-time job, or you are homeschooling your kids, or like you have other demanding responsibilities, when you wrap up limited capacity with overcomplication, that normally does not mean more cash, right? Fabish Style said, how do you turn image consulting into something in services that sell? Image consulting is a service, right? We have we do have image consultants that have successfully used our STS framework, but if you're an image consultant, you're providing a service. And you still have to learn, how do you package that offer? What's going to be included in the offer that you're providing? How do you position that offer in the marketplace to make somebody want to work with you versus working with another image consultant? Even once they do understand that, what is your sales process? How do you onboard clients? How do you convert those clients? How do you collect payment? Image consulting is a service. So that's, services that sell. If you really struggle right now to be able to sell image consulting and to sell it at a high ticket price point, services that sell can teach you how to do that using organic marketing strategies. And let's say you're an image consultant, but you want to get into leverage. One thing with leverage is our clients go down two tracks. Either you're going to, coach on your methodology, coach on your framework, or you're going to train other people to do what you do. So let's say you're an image consultant. Maybe you offer a coaching program, and I'm just completely making this up. Maybe you have a coaching program teaching online entrepreneurs how to style themselves for speaking engagements. And that's a coaching experience that you do because it's a process you've created because of the clients you've worked with. That's one way that you can create a leveraged offer, out of image consulting. Let's say you want to train people though. Maybe you use your process and your framework and you teach other image consultants how to do what you do and how to get results in the way that you've gotten them. So those are two different avenues that you can go down, and how services that sell really rolls up into leverage as well. So yeah, I hope this was helpful, guys. I will talk to you guys soon. Have a great night. Bye, y'all.